This video is brought to you by patreon.com/worsttake. Get access to exclusive live streams and Discord servers, on-screen shoutouts, and early access to some videos when you join now. Help make sure that we can continue to make content like this by supporting the Patreon. Links are in the description down below. Y'all smell that, man? That's the sweet smell of film. Our first film session of the season. It's going to be great. I'm going to have 2 parts of this. It's going to release one today, hopefully another one on Thursday. But it's time. We are here. It is time to get into the Batcave. It's time to get into the film room. It's time to look at the tape, and it's always great to look at the tape when your team won. So this is fun tape. We might get some angry tape later this year, but hopefully that's kept to a minimum. Last year, a lot of angry tape. This year, this is fun tape season. We gonna have a lot of fun watching this tape this year. I really do hope, because I think this team has the potential to just make us happy. All right, first play we're going to look at here, we're looking at the offense today. First play we're going to look at here is a seam shot that Deshaun Watson wants to take here. And I have no problem with the shot that he takes here. You see the Bengals, they were playing what looks like, this looks like what? Yeah, 3. So you know you can split the seam on 3. He has the ball there. I've seen him make that throw a million times, right? We know what the conditions were. We know why he probably didn't make that throw. And maybe it might be an Amari Cooper can't hit a second gear thing, because there are a couple throws where I felt like Deshaun put in the right part, but Coop just didn't get there. So maybe this is just Coop not being able to hit that gear like he used to. Or maybe it's the weather. Or maybe it's the fact that he got hit before he threw it. But I've seen him make that throw a million times, right? That's one of the throws he did not make. Another one right here, more than likely, gets to the top of his drop. And I think he has multiple opportunities just to stay in the pocket, step up, right? Sometimes with Deshaun, you just want him to step up in the pocket, right? And that can be a little frustrating when he doesn't do it. And if it's not his play style, you can't force him to be somebody he's not. But I think there is still a little give and take that he can have here, because if he just steps up right here, stays in that landmark, he might get hit backside by this guy, but he's going to be able to get this throw off nice and clean to David Njoku. You're going to get Amari Cooper to block this guy. Maybe Elijah Moore is alert, gets in front of this guy, and then it's David Njoku. Can he outrun his guy here to that first down mark? And I think he can. So just one spot there where it's like, hey, Deshaun, I love that you can run. And look, ultimately he gets more yards than what that scramble would have got. But again, just for his longevity, I felt like he could have got the same amount of yards just stepping up in the pocket and getting that thing to David Njoku. Now, again, maybe the weather was a factor. And if it was, hey, cool. But yeah, just I think in the future, he could probably get that thing to David Njoku and stride and have fun with it. And maybe if he steps up here, he sees the linebacker clear, and you can see Elijah Moore coming over top. So right now you have David coming across and you have Elijah Moore coming over top. That's going to clear out this linebacker who's chasing. This safety's holding here because it's 3. So you have a nice little window here to hit Elijah Moore that maybe if he steps up, he sees it. You can get more yards out of it. So again, don't mind the run, don't mind the play if that was that kind of game. But also, know that that's in your back pocket for you to take advantage of in the future if you're Deshaun Watson. Got the job done. That's all fine and good there. But, again, we have to keep in mind, when I'm being critical of Deshaun Watson, it's not the same as me being critical of Baker Mayfield. It's not the same as me being critical of Jacoby Brissett. I grade those guys on a different curve. I'm grading Deshaun on the curve of I want him to be better than 2020 Deshaun Watson. I want him to be elite. I want him to be top 5 in the AFC. And these are the kind of things that you want him to take advantage of to get to that point. All right, so Deshaun here gets to the top of his drop. You can see Elijah Moore's probably going to have this out. David Njoku underneath. So they're running what I think is a 9 here, an out, and then like a flat underneath. Now, it depends on what your offensive coordinator says. But a lot of the times, and I think we saw this play in the preseason, David's 1, Elijah's 2, and this is just a clear, right? Like these are just clears. So it's 1-2, get rid of the ball kind of situation here. That's a post. My bad. That's a post by not a 9. That's a post. So that's a post route for Marquise Goodwin, who it seems like he might have had that too. The outs there. I think for Deshaun, what you would want to see here is just right after David releases, turns around, that ball should be on its way to him. So he has time to do something about this linebacker. And if he beats that linebacker, it's a punt return down the sideline. If he doesn't like the look he has, or if he doesn't like David right here, then that ball has to find its way to Elijah Moore, right? You get exactly what you want. You believe Elijah Moore is going to beat him to the spot. You got to take it there. Or if you want to play it to read him, right? The second his hips go forward, you release that thing to Marquise Goodwin. I thought all 3 options were there on this play. I don't think they end up getting one, right? He ends up trying to scramble. Now, to his credit, if he gets through, that's going to be a huge play there too. But I don't think it needed to get to that point. I think he had a lot of options on that play. Again, first day out there, the ball's not really feeling right. There's a lot of reasons you could have this. Also, he could see this. There's a backside dig here. And that's 1-on-1. The linebacker's already crashing towards Njoku, so maybe you read the linebacker. I don't know what the read is here. I'm just guessing, right? The read could be one of 2 things. It could be, hey, look at the linebacker. If the linebacker comes at Njoku, you might want to take the backside dig in this look. Or if the linebacker does go towards the dig, you go to Njoku. Or it could be that you're reading this guy to see if he crashes towards the out. If he crashes towards the out, you take more. If he crashes towards the out, my bad, you take the post. Even though there's a deep safety there, I wouldn't want to do that. But I think that backside dig was there. I think this out was there. And I think this flat was here too. So, I don't think there was a reason for him to have to scramble here. The protection was good enough that he could have got that ball out. Again, this is the stuff that, this is how he reduces the sack number. I talked about that being a big thing with him. You want to get that sack number under 40. He's never done that before. This is the stuff that can help make that happen, right? Just make the quick decision. That backside dig's right there, if you want to throw it. And I could see how you could see that pre-snap. This is the trick play here. And it's just a bad ball. He did what he had to do. He's made this throw 1,000 times. It's just a bad ball. He'll make that throw. That's not a big deal. That's nothing to be real concerned about. This is a run play by Nick Chubb. And I'm pretty sure there's somebody I want to highlight on this run play. Oh, look at Jed Wills. Do a great job here. He goes 1-on-1 with DJ Reader. And he just does a great job of getting that butt down and dropping that anchor. It really drops it so DJ can't affect the path for Nick Chubb, which allows him to follow his block and then huge hole. And he's Nick Chubb, so he does some special stuff there too. It's play action right here. Again, this is one where I think Deshaun's going to want back. And I think there's a lot of stuff here. The weather was a factor, but also I think there's some throws that Deshaun would have liked to take a chance on. Again, I wasn't down there. I don't know what he was feeling throwing the ball. Maybe these are things he would do, but he just didn't have the comfort with the ball yet. Right. So David not open. I think you can make the argument that right about here, you might have been, if you felt more comfortable about it, you felt like you could hit Coop here if you just placed that ball middle pylon. And when I say middle pylon, I'm just talking about the space in between the pylons. So he's crossing to there. You just throw that ball back there. 22 is not going to get there. 53 is not going to get there. Hey, if Coop gets there to that spot, just throw it to this spot right here. He gets there, you score a touchdown. If he doesn't, then it's just an incomplete pass. But I felt like that was there for him. He could have definitely hit that. Again, weather might have affected his willingness to throw it, because you can see he punt faked. Like, he thought about it, but I don't know if he was thinking about it to Coop. I think he was thinking about it to David here, right? Because you look at that helmet stripe, it doesn't look like he was thinking about that. I think he was trying to get David upfield, but then he saw the linebacker, thought better of it. I think it was right there. I think Coop was there. He'll want that back. Again, he's playing in a semi-new offense. There are going to be some adjustments. Another one here, play action. And he just dumps this off to Chubb. And Chubb gets first. He must have missed somebody, because I don't imagine I put that, or maybe the offensive line did something. Oh, yeah, more. Yeah, he took again, we don't know how much weather played a factor into I don't feel comfortable throwing that. But you can see more. He's got it right here. He's got more right here. He should have threw this to 8, especially once he saw that DN on him. I think he had a chance to get 8 here. Or maybe he felt like, and I'll have to see this from the wide angle to get the spacing right, but maybe he felt like this was a bait, right? Maybe he felt like 25 was baiting him into throwing that pass. So he didn't want to throw it there. So maybe that's why he didn't want to do it. We'll see from the end zone angle. Again, the end zone angle is so much better for spacing. You don't really get a good idea for spacing from that wide. I can see why he didn't want to get that off. Okay, that's not. I can see because that angle that the DB's taking, he can really crash on that the second he thinks it's going to happen. Fair enough. Here. Chubb just bumbling through some people. Let's see what happened on the offensive line here. Look at Batonio just clearing out 50 Jermaine Pratt. And then Jed Wills clearing out his man. Great job there by Jed. Way to just keep them moving. Way to keep them moving. They struggled blocking against his front last year. They did a much better job this year. A little play action here. And again, he's got open receivers. Guys are pretty open. So let's kind of recap what's going on here. I believe Goodwin is on a sluggo. Well, not even a sluggo. He's just doing a double move here, or at least just acting like he's doing a double move. You have Coop on the cross. So he kind of ran a here. You got a cross here. It looks like you have another deep cross here. Yeah. And he's probably going to throw this to Cooper once he clears that second window from that linebacker. Yep. I think he should have got rid of this earlier. Again, I think sometimes Deshaun creates a little bit of havoc he doesn't need to create. This is the stuff that you want him to clean up. All right, play action, step. Once you get to the top step here, you know that's open, right? You see what the defense is. You see this corner. Nah, it's an eraser. Yeah, you see this safety right here, or this corner. He's carrying. You see carry, carry, carry. So you know this is a D flat defender. This guy is holding this spot right here. So you know that this right here in this window is going to clear. You know you can hit Coop right here from the pocket. Just hit him from the pocket. Because if you hit Coop here from the pocket, he might have a blocker, might be able to turn this for an extra 5-7 yards. Instead, we have to hit Coop on the run. He has to stop to get it, and we don't get that yak. All right, just hit him in rhythm. You'll see on the end zone angle, it's there. And yeah, it's going to sound like I'm being super critical of Deshaun. I'm not. I'm just pointing out where they can be even better, because it's good that he completed the pass, but you can see right here, it's going to open up, right? You can see right here, you can tell by certain landmarks that safety is still backpedaling. Coop is about to clear into this window. That safety's not going to beat him here. That linebacker's already chasing towards the boundary. You can hit that right there. You might even want to get frisky and hit more over here, but they're both they're both options, right? The more option is valid, but Coop is open. So I think he could have hit that one right there instead of running outside to find that same window, right? Yeah. Maybe he just wasn't comfortable with his drop. Maybe it was something with the field. It was wet. So maybe he just didn't feel comfortable with his feet. But it's something that you would want to see him do on a consistent basis once he gets some better weather going underneath him. Because you could just hit that window right there. You have both of them available. Still make the play, though. That's why he's here, because he can still make the play even when he kind of messes up a little bit. That's when he gets to the top of his drop. And he wants to get this thing to Cooper, and it just hits the dirt. This one's a little bit on the offensive line because Coop's open. We see he's wide open there. That's the right read. I think this is the play where Jack Conklin gets hurt. Jed Wills got to do a better job here, right? Like, has to do a better job here. Let's look at Jed. So Jed, it's never good when you're turning before your third step. 1, 2, turn. You see what I mean here? He's not backpedaling. Well, he's not in his his kick slide. He is already turning, which means he's done. Once Henderson has him like this, all he has to do is whip him back inside if he wants to, and he can get straight to the quarterback, or he can just beat him around the corner. And he beats him around the corner, and he hits that ball as Deshaun throws it, which then also looks like it gets tipped, and it doesn't even get there. So that's one of them where you're like, oh, Deshaun threw a bad ball because of the weather. No, Deshaun threw a bad ball because Jed Wills gave up pressure. They got the ball hit twice. And they're lucky that's not an interception. And then, unfortunately, the momentum of Trey Hendrickson takes him right into Jack Conklin. All right. Sean gets to the top of his drop here. They get a free run. That happens. They're 2-on-1 there for Jerome Ford. Deshaun gets to the top of his drop, and he just lets this thing loose. And, oh, my God, Goodwin almost had him. But again, he got hit while he threw it. Ball, he has to slow down just a little bit. Not a touchdown. Deshaun here, top drop. He has multiple options available to him. I believe that this is probably his best option right here. Yep. And just can't get it there. What happens here? Does he slip on this one? Nah, it just doesn't get there. This is one of those ones he held too tight. He knows it. He knew it right after he threw it. Held that one too tight. overthought it, threw a bad ball. He's got to learn, like, hey, look, he's got to learn what he's comfortable with doing in these bad weather games because he's going to play in a bunch of them. He's already played in a good amount, just being in Cleveland the last 2 years. But yeah, he held this one too hard. And then when you hold a football too hard and when you throw it, what happens? Goes straight to the dirt. And that ball went straight to the dirt. Jerome Ford here. This is a rookie mistake that Jerome Ford's making here. Young player. He is going where the play is telling him to go and not feeling out what's actually happening here, right? Because the play is to seal, pull through the seal, right? And then we want you to follow through the pull so you have a lead blocker and you can take all that space. And that's cool. That's the play. What ends up happening is that DeJuan doesn't get a clean seal. So he can't move his man out the way, get enough space for Jerome Ford to squeeze through. And Jerome Ford, instead of looking, making the adjustment, like Nick Chubb here would have just cut back, taken this, and probably gotten like 9 yards out of it. But Jerome Ford's got to learn the feel of it. And instead, he kind of just runs this into the play. It's something he'll learn from. He'll see it from the end zone angle. It'll be obvious here as well. Also, DeJuan Jones is giant, man. Like it's gonna be harder to get through these like little tunnels that they like to create with DeJuan Jones because he's just so damn big. But yeah, it was there. Maybe Logan Wilson comes off that block and tackles him, but you still get like positive yards instead of losing 2. Sean Watson drops back. And this is another one that went into the dirt. Fine decision. The ball just didn't get there for whatever reason. It probably was weather related, right? Drops. It's just a deep curl. They have the spot in zone that they want. Deshaun throws it where he wants, but it just doesn't get the height that he needs. It's weather related. Not a big deal. Yeah. Logan Wilson almost picked that off too. All right, here, there's going to be a couple missed opportunities here, but this is not Elijah Moore making something happen where there's not the design of the play. Okay, it doesn't work because David Njoku does not get a good seal off on what seems to be Sam Hubbard. So Sam's able to get back there. Also, Jed Wills does not get that safety. Doesn't get 33. Dax Hill ducks underneath him and really blows this play up. It's okay, though, because Elijah Moore is a dynamic athlete. And look what he just did to Trey Hendrickson. Oh, my goodness, y'all. Yo. Look at this discovery. Oh, boy. Oh, no. Had him with the Wesley Johnson. Oh, man. Put him on skates. Oh, wait. Somebody get the bar. Because they're sniping. Right there. Woo. He gonna blame that one on the turf, ain't he? Nobody fell but him. But Dax and Sam Hubbard do a great job blowing that up. It doesn't matter because Elijah Moore is a dynamic athlete. Completely fakes out somebody, fakes out 2 people. Look, he does this to was that DJ Reed back there as well? Yeah. Look at this. It's like a glitch. He completely shakes them both out. Just too much to handle. Shakes them both out. And then Deshaun Watson with a smart screen here on Dax Hill. You see how Deshaun, basketball screen, hands in his pockets. Hey, you just ran into me. It's not a block. You just ran into me. Completely shuts down him from making a play here because he was definitely in position to make a play. Deshaun does a great job getting his body in the way. And Elijah Moore does the rest. Elijah Moore, man, I think he's somebody who showed that he's going to be special this year. We're going to see this from the back end. Again, you're going to see Hub blow this up. You're going to see 34 get under DeJuan Jones. And then you'll, hold on. What happened to Trey? Oh, man. That's fun. That's always fun. And he almost does it again. My goodness. How did New York not find a way to use him? All right, here's the empty set. And this is one. You can see what's happening here. They're gonna blitz a corner. The Browns actually do a great job of picking that up. And they're gonna want to, just throw it where they blitzed it, right? They blitzed the slot corner. Right, they blitz the slot corner. You got a deep curl coming in here anyways. Throw it to where the blitzer came from. That's going to be wide open. Good throw. David Bell can't come down with it. It's weather related. Missed opportunity. Another missed opportunity. So much more for this offense to be successful on, man. Like, I can't wait to see them in good weather to see what issues are just Deshaun's different style of play. Just he isn't going to make the plays that I expect him to make. And maybe he makes plays in a different way. And what was weather related and why they didn't execute? Because there was an opportunity in this game to put up like 50 points if they wanted to. I mean, they had it all game. This is another one, right? They had this all game. And honestly, Elijah Moore has this all the time. He's going to come out and he's going to run this out, right? And he runs this out perfectly. He's always going to win this route. I've seen him win this route versus Denzel Ward. I think if you see him running this route, just throw him the ball. He's going to get it. He's dynamic with the ball in his hands. Right here, you should see him. You should just eyes on Elijah, get it to Elijah, because what can happen here is you get it to Elijah right here. He turns that thing up. He could score on this play. You know what I mean? He's that dynamic with the ball in his hand that if this is the only guy he has to make miss, he can make that guy miss and end up scoring. I know Deshaun wanted to take a bigger shot down the field, and that's why he held on to the ball a little bit here. But, I think he probably wanted to hit Coop, and that could have been there as well. Coop looks like he's about to cross over into an empty space while these two are carrying, because it looks like they're triple covering Donovan Peoples-Jones for whatever reason. But even right here, just get that ball to Elijah Moore. Let's keep the game going. Let him make a play, right? Just trust him. Just trust him. You ain't got to make it all happen. This is not Houston anymore. Just throw that thing to Elijah Moore and let's get on with the rest of the day. Maybe that's something that Deshaun has to learn, right? Hey, I'm used to doing it all by myself, so I have to hold the ball to make the biggest play possible. You have talent here in Cleveland. You throw that thing to Elijah Moore, he might score. You ain't got to do it all yourself. Instead, you throw it to him last minute, and the play ain't there no more. This is just a beautiful throw. Just a beautiful throw. I just wanted to include that in here because it was a beautiful toss in horrid conditions. Right. Sean here just makes a great call, great read here to go hot. Well, not go hot, to make the audible. He sees that they're sending 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, no. 4, 5, 6. Here, you have a cluster here. They're in man because they're all over here now because of that cluster. So basically this formation, it's pretty smart, right? They want to, when the Bengals do this with the line of scrimmage, right? They're basically trying to figure out, are they in man? Are they in zone? Who's dropping? Who's coming? This is the way to figure that out. You want to find out if they're in man? You found out if they're in man because you clustered 4 here. You have 4 clustered up here. They're trying to figure out who's got who's doing what. They're obviously in man. And then here you go here, and you're trying to figure out who's coming, who's going. And I would say, hey, once you check to this run play, it don't matter who's coming, who's going, because they're all close to the line of scrimmage. Get a hat on the hat, win that battle, get to the outside, you can score. And that's exactly what happens. Boom. Hey, that's the threat. People say, oh, well, he had some good plays with his legs, but he didn't throw the ball well, as if like this ain't special, right? Like, be able to maintain contact, score. That's huge. It's a huge play right there. Play action later on in the game. And he gets the clean look off to Elijah Moore. That's more. Look, that's him trusting it, right? Not just having to make a big play, but trusting it too. You know, that's more or less what you want to see, right? Get to the top of his drop. He sees it. He knows it's there. Let me trust it. Let me throw it. It's there. It's going to take a while for him to trust the offense completely in the game because he hasn't been with Kevin Stefanski that long, right? It's going to take a couple weeks. Hopefully after the bye week, we're not talking about this anymore. But, you know, hey, this is a step in the right direction, right? You get to play, you see it, it's there, throw it. Don't waste no time. Just throw it. Trust it. It's there. Here, play action. Gets to the top. Has to make something happen, but I think he could have got rid of this ball before he had to make anything happen. Because again, you got exactly what you wanted here. They're so worried about getting beat over the top by Goodwin that they're playing super deep. So you have Goodwin come across the field here, which is going to carry this guy away. They're playing super off of Elijah Moore, who's coming across the field in the crosser. You have tons of space here to make this throw. And right there, you should trust that, hey, I'm going to make this throw to Elijah Moore right here. I'm going to just get this ball to Elijah. Let him do the work. Instead, we holding on to the ball. We're trying to make a play out of structure. And look, as much great things can happen out of structure means what? Out of structure. So something you didn't expect happens. One, Jed Wills gets a hold on Zachary Carter, and Zachary Carter squirms loose, gets his hand on that football, and turns into an interception. I'm not saying I don't want Deshaun to play out of structure. I'm fine with that. But I want him to play out of structure when it's necessary. I don't think it was necessary. And I think there were multiple times in this game where he was playing out of structure. It wasn't 100% necessary, right? Right here, you got him. You got exactly what you wanted. You see that they're taking, the safety takes him deep. So that's going to clear. You got the space that you want here. You got more coming across. You got this. Just throw it. Trust it. It'll take some time. Once he figures that out, though, they'll be great. Instead, trying to do too much and stuff happens, man. Tip ball, I understand, but it shouldn't have been in a situation where it could have got tipped because it was there. Play action did what you wanted it to, suck the defense in. You got the hold that you want. And maybe it was the pressure that got him out of it, right? Because it doesn't look like he has clean feet here at all. It looks like he had to back up. Yeah, Pulisic kind of gets beat here by DJ Reader. I think Bitonio should have helped Pulisic finish that one a little bit better, right? Bitonio doesn't do the greatest job, so it's a team effort. Bitonio clears that out for him. Deshaun's cleaner in the pocket. He's not worried about getting rolled up on. Also, 96 is just getting the hands to the face on Wyatt Teller. It doesn't get called. So the pocket kind of collapses. He's not able to hit it there again. And then it gets picked off. The play was there in structure, though. The play was there in structure. And this is the touchdown. Man, the game. This is a fun formation here. They got Nick Harris as the fullback. And they have James Hudson running a route. By the way, James Hudson was open. You could have threw that to James Hudson. He would have absolutely scored. And then this is the 2-point conversion to end the game. Deshaun mentioned that he made a bad read here, and I would agree with him. I think he was the one guy who shouldn't have ran the ball in this situation. I think he should have went to Chubb here, though. We'll pause at the point of attack. Yeah. So you see how that linebacker is already anticipating Lamar's keeping the ball. You see how 57 is holding and not crashing towards the ball. That means Nick Chubb should keep it. He walks into the end zone. I believe he was the read man. I don't know why Deshaun missed that. I guess he just wanted to finish the game. But yeah, that's the breakdown. Offensively, the opportunities are there. If you're worried about Kevin Stefanski, this was a very reassuring film breakdown. If you're worried about Deshaun, they're going to leave here with some concerns that he needs to clear up with his play on the field. Some of this might have been weather related. Some of this might have been offensive line related. Some of this might have just been comfort related. It's so hard. There's so many things going on in a football game to just put it on one thing. But the plays are there. The opportunities are there. And the throws that he missed, those aren't the things I'm really that concerned about because he makes those throws. I've seen him make those throws 100 times before. He'll make those throws 100 times again. The throws that he missed, that's not really my concern because those all look like fine decisions for the most part. It's the stuff that happens where, hey, you have a guy in structure. You can hit that guy in structure. You decide there's something you don't like. You don't trust it. That's the stuff where I'm like, hey, he needs to get to that point to where he has that comfort. He needs to get to that point to where he's avoiding these sack situations. And once he does that, he will be up there with the elite quarterbacks in the NFL. That's my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Y'all have a great day. Have a good night.